Hi, welcome. It's time for a campaign update and State of the Union, State of the World message from me. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki. I am a candidate for president from the 2024 presidential election, and I have not conceded that election because it was fraudulent, lots of corruption in the system. And I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court that I'm waiting to hear a judgment on. So until then, I'm here getting my message out as much as possible and encouraging things where I see things are going well. And yeah. Anyways, let's see what happens. Supreme Court, you can make your ruling whenever you want, of course. And let's get the corruption out of the system. That's your job. So, welcome, and thanks for being here. Let's start with, I got in it for peace. And Trump is going around doing a lot of meetings trying to promote peace and bring peace as well. And seemingly he's, doing a pretty good job. Just a second, I gotta remember to talk to you about tariffs. So I will probably do this in a couple of sections. So this part will be on peace. So I started running back in 2020, actually. Some of you know that, some of you don't. And I was working on an artwork because I'm an artist. And it focused on bringing peace between people of different religions and the non-religious. And I'm one of the non-religious. I mean, there's religion, and then there's belief. And they're not really the same thing. They maybe, there's like a blurry line somewhere. But anyway, so I am now a Unitarian Universalist, which is a religious group that actually got its founding in Christianity from Romania, like 55 years ago now, maybe 60 years ago, when the Bibles were being printed on the movable type press, and the Reformation happened in Europe. So they're part of that. And then there were different Christian schisms. And then at one point, the Unitarians and the Universalists were separate religions here in the USA and all around the world. And then somewhere last century, they came together and decided they were too similar than different, so let's bring ourselves together. And they did. And now it's called Unitarian Universalist, or UU for short. And I'm a member of that religion. And what it is a religion that searches for truth. And, that's what I've been doing my whole life. So it's a perfect religion for me. I go there for community, and I have to say that the West Virginia community is a bit somehow disjointed. I don't know. They're having troubles. And the man who sort of was really the backbone of it, I guess, last year he passed away. So we're struggling as a community here. But as you know, I have my online community, which is the Unitarian Universalists of Zurich, Switzerland, online. And I try to once a week to put out a service about something good to know about and to inspire you and all of us, me too, to do good in the world. So anyway, you can join me online if you want, or if you're in West Virginia, they don't have a regular service anymore, or at least I don't know that they do. But anyway, it would be nice to have a community here in West Virginia. but I still have my community online, and I have my community in Switzerland. So I have these things. But, I mean, part of the problem with running for president is you got to go to all the 50 states. So I still have not gotten to Alaska, and I'm sorry about that, Alaska. Last year, I got around to 48 of the 50 states, but I've been to Hawaii many times. So Hawaii is familiar to me too. And I had wanted to go last year, but it wasn't happening. And I had wanted to go to Alaska last year, and it didn't happen. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I should go to Alaska. Excuse me. So, so I got in it for peace. And the idea was to bring different religions or beliefs together. But, the real issue is certain ones have in their instruction book, in their good book, or whatever you want to call it, they have specific instructions to not get along with others. So, this has brought a dilemma to my concept of bringing peace. And, I never really thought about that. So anyway, I've been more focused on introducing the concept of Unitarian Universalism, which is a welcoming community, welcoming religion, where we welcome you to come and join us and question us and you about your beliefs and your thoughts. So, yeah. And ours too. So anyway, if you ever want to get together there, let me know, and we can arrange something. I will be doing different events sometimes there and other places. Right now I'm having car trouble, and so, if my car's working, then I'll be at the building, and if it's not, then I have to go to a central location where there might be buses and other things to get around, because, it gets pretty expensive always using, like, different taxi services. So anyway, so, I'm still working on this work. It's called Smile for Peace. It's enough already. And I've collected a lot of smiles, and I stopped collecting smiles while I was running for president and running for Congress in between. And I have since, at this moment, I'm getting close to start collecting smiles again. I mean, I did collect one recently in Switzerland, but I need to maybe start that up again. I think we've all grown and learned a lot from COVID, and we're sort of moving forward. But I think I don't know. We're still sort of finding our grounding of how we want to go forward as a country, as humanity, and whatnot. So I guess we need to start having discussions about beliefs, because I think a lot of belief organizations out there, different Christian sects that are out there, and Judaism sects that are out there, and even Islam has different varieties. Those are the major ones, and then there are minor religions too, that have a lot of hate in their beliefs. And there might have been a time when it was more tribal living, where you needed to stick together as a tribe and have one belief and one way of life and all of this, but we're no longer there. So we are now in a world where we have countries, and the countries have laws that may or may not agree with your religion, because countries are solid things that don't travel. It's a section of land that is dedicated to those people. And I think most countries today have like a mixture of ethnicity and of heritage and of religions and beliefs because everybody's been warring so long. So, I think we could live in peace, but we have to realize that we all have our beliefs, and then we have the laws of the land. And most countries are running this way now. Now, I don't know, I lived in Europe and Switzerland, and I lived in the US and in the Americas. So I know this world. And I lived on Guam for 2 years, so I know a little bit about the Pacific and so East Asia, a little tiny bit. But there's not one belief out there that is the belief, and we all have wisdom and we all have bad things in our beliefs. I'm going to say maybe Unitarian Universalism does not, because it's a fully open and bring your own concepts and share them idea. So it's not really one that is having a lot of dogma, having a lot of rules and regulations and all of this. It declares that each individual person is special and important and that we all deserve voices. So with that said, I welcome you to your local Unitarian Universalist too, wherever you are. But if you want to join me in West Virginia or online, feel free. And then as far as my artwork goes, I'm still working on that project. But I got into politics, and especially into running for president, because I thought, what better job to have than to be president of the United States and to bring peace to the world. Peace between the religions, peace between the people. And I started running in 2020 on that concept. I also developed other concepts that were needed, because you can't just really run on one idea if you want to be taken seriously. So I had a whole platform. I still have a platform. And peace was the leading factor to me even attempting this. And I thought, I had lived in Switzerland, I knew the UN, and I knew all sorts of things, and had people from various religious backgrounds and various country backgrounds. And so I thought, I was really in the right place to run for president. And I still do. And I mean, I'm not running for president anymore. I'm still a candidate for president, but I'm not running. But I have also, because it's more important to bring peace than it is to put my name on it and say, oh, Susan did that. So, I mean, I would like to say Susan did that, of course, but it doesn't have to be. And so Donald Trump is president currently, according to, I don't know, I guess the Senate. I mean, I don't think that our election was legal. I think we had a lot of fraud in the system. And I think there's some research being done in the background. So, I have to still wait for the real results, and we all do. But I think for right now, he's the acting president. Let's put it that way. And he's going around promoting peace, and I like it. I thank him for his efforts. And it's a big job. And the more important thing is to actually bring peace. And I guess that's where I'll probably stop with this video and maybe move forward in another one in the next phase, which I wanted to talk about what's going on in the Middle East, Gaza and Israel, of course. But I want to say that, he's also trying there, but he just talked to some Eastern Bloc European countries and was promoting peace with them. And then he's going to be meeting with Putin and hopefully having an agreement there, possibly with or without the other guy, Zelensky. So, anyways, let's see what's going to happen. And the important thing is to bring peace. So let's see. I guess that's it for part 1 for right now. Part 2 is coming soon.